Just a point this afternoon for the Bucks. They've drawn 1-1 with Blyth Spartans at the new Bucks Head here in National League North, and I have manager Gavin Cowan with me. Gavin, you just spoke to radio colleagues up there, and I think they used the word frustration. I imagine that's not too far of the mark.
Yeah, and annoyed, slightly annoyed. You know, when you've got 5 centre halves on the pitch at the end of the game, and you let the number 9 slide in the middle of the goal, from 2 or 3 or 4 yards out, then yeah, I just think a little bit of naivety, lack of professionalism. We've got to make sure that those times we've got to see games through. How many times are we saying this season that we haven't capitalised on it? Not just the defenders, but the strikers. We need to get shots off if we want to score goals. So that's what it's all about in both boxes. I just didn't feel as though we were completely clinical. Sure.
Frustrating that you didn't put that game to bed a little bit earlier on, or make it easier on yourselves a little bit earlier on.
In terms of chances, it should be dead and buried. But again, how many times have we said that? The one that springs to mind is Hereford here, but I'm sure we could reel off about 5. Home and away, 5, well, maybe more than that. Again, it's a mindset for me. We should be grabbing each other by the scruff of the neck, making sure we drive ourselves over the line, keep a clean sheet, and win 1-0. And it's just professionalism, that's all.
Yeah, sure. I mean, people have said about the clean sheets this season, and as a former defender, is that a disappointment to you that we've not been able to do that?
Of course, but ultimately you can set them up. They've got to go out and do it, haven't they? You can't really. Again, the number 9 to be in the middle of the goal. With 5 centre halves on the pitch, it's hard to take on board, really. But again, it's not just we were brilliant for large parts of the game. I mean, the first 45 minutes for Pinnock, it was a boxing match. I'd have stopped it. It was. I said to the lads, I didn't want them to get complacent because it just looked too easy at times. Again, you get chance after chance after chance. Joe's had 1 save to make in the first half, and then he's picking the ball out of his goal. This half. So what must we have had 8 chances, and again, we're still reluctant to get our shots off. And at half time, the message is shoot on sight. That is the message. I'd rather us. 5 to 10 shots on goal and be stood here saying that we need to get on target practice. But it just wasn't to be. And we just need to be better in both boxes. If you're winning 1-0, you cannot afford to allow the opposition into your box. If they smash one in from 25, 30 yards in the top corner, I'll stand there and clap it. But not for the ball to go across the 6-yard box and for him to slide in. That's just, it's not us. I expect better of the players.
Sure. And is that a bit of that courage thing that you speak about, that people being prepared to take shots on when they see goal?
I want to be careful not to get too emotional about today's result, because I think for large parts the performance was very good, but I think there was a lot of courage shown. But it's those moments there. I just think I can't keep relying on Elistini to grab people by the scruff of the neck every week. Someone else has got to step up as well. I thought the 3 in the middle completely dominated the opposition, and but again, that's what they do. They come and they make life difficult, and they stay in there. They almost lured us into a false sense of security, thinking that we were, easing through the game, and then they step their foot on the gas, and that's what they do. It's tough for them to have to travel miles every week. So, we started very, very fast, but they're a tough team. And again, to get 4 points out of the last 2 games is no mean feat. It's just when it's so close to being 6. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I expect us to see those times through.
Yeah, sure. You've got a rare midweek off this week, no game on Tuesday, and then a tough game at Chorley next week. So plan for the week just as normal. Tuesday a little less intense, and then prepare for Chorley on Thursday.
At this stage of the season, you just need to be topping the lads up, And the supporters just come past me there and said they wondered if the lads looked a bit leggy. I didn't think they did at all. I thought they looked, absolutely on fire for big parts of the game. I don't think that's anything to do with it. I just think it's a mentality. When you're winning 1-0 at home, and the opposition start to get a little bit, into the sort of 3rd and 4th, maybe 5th gear, you have to do something to stop that, and that just comes from, a bit of professionalism, the game management maybe. So, disappointing, but I don't want to get too emotional about it, because it's still 4 points out of 6. So, I'll just ask for the players a big reaction now for the Chorley game, because obviously that's what we'll be setting our sights on.
Okay, that's great, Gavin. Thanks for your time. Cheers, thank you.